My husband, Obi, has provided for me more than I even asked. That is why today I will not give just 10,000 or 20,000 like others, but I will give 100,000 pass.
The women of Umuokwe village gathered in the big hall. It was August, the time of their yearly meeting. Every August, the women came together to plan how they would dress, what food they would cook, and how they would show that their village women were united. This year, the hall was full. Some women fanned themselves with wrappers, some chewed groundnuts, while others whispered and laughed quietly. At the front table, Ngozi, the chairlady, stood up. "My sisters," she said, "this year we must look very fine. People from other villages will come. We must choose one cloth so that when we dance and sing, everyone will admire us. Let us pick the color and fabric we will use." At once, voices filled the room. "Let us use blue lace," one woman shouted. "No, let us use green wrapper. It is brighter," another said. "Forget wrapper. Hollandis is the best," someone added. The noise grew louder and louder. Everyone wanted her own choice to be taken. Then Azuka stood up. Azuka was the proudest woman in the village. She always believed she was the most beautiful and the one who knew everything. She adjusted her head tie, placed her hands on her waist, and spoke loudly. "All of you should keep quiet and listen to me," Azuka said. "I know fashion more than anybody here. I have lived in the city. I have seen what is trending. If we really want to look fine, we must use yellow lace with gold design. That is the best color. That is what people in the city are wearing." Some women clapped for her. 3 of her friends, Nkiru, Amara, and Aluchi, quickly stood up to support her. "Yes, Azuka is correct. Only Azuka understands fashion," Amara added. "If you don't agree, it means you don't know what is good," Aluchi said, snapping her fingers. But other women were not happy. They shook their heads and started talking back. "Azuka, you are too proud," one said. "You always want to choose everything," another added. "Last year you picked lace for us, and it faded after 2 washes," a third shouted. Soon the hall became noisy. Women pointed fingers at each other. Some stood up and dragged their wrappers to leave. Others sat down, grumbling. Ngozi, the chairlady, tried to calm them, but nobody wanted to listen. "Ah, this meeting has turned into a quarrel," she said, holding her head. "Is this how we will plan our August outing?" Azuka carried her bag, lifted her wrapper, and walked out fast. She was muttering to herself as she went.
Jealous people, they don't know fashion. Am I not the most beautiful? Let them talk, I will still shine.
She walked so fast that her wrapper almost slipped from her waist. Dust followed her feet as she headed home. When she reached her compound, her husband, Obi, was sitting outside on a wooden chair, eating calmly from a plate. He was happy and peaceful, not knowing what was coming. The moment Azuka saw him, she dropped her bag and rushed to him. "Obi," she shouted, "you are here eating while I am suffering shame in that meeting. Other women are boasting about fine clothes, and me, your wife, I have nothing to say. Do you want people to laugh at me? Is this how you support me?" Obi looked up surprised. He wiped his mouth slowly. "Azuka, what happened again? Why are you shouting? I am only eating my food." But Azuka did not let him finish. She kept talking, her voice rising, her hands waving, while neighbors started peeping from their windows to see what was happening. That was how Azuka carried her August meeting quarrel home and turned it into another drama for her husband.
That night, after the quarrel, Azuka and Obi lay on their bed. Obi was already dozing off, tired from the long day on the farm. But Azuka could not sleep. She turned from one side to the other, her mind heavy. After a while, tears rolled down her cheeks. She suddenly sat up and began to cry loudly. "Ah, my life is finished. My husband is not helping me. How will I face my friends during this August meeting?" she wailed. Obi woke up with a start. He rubbed his eyes. "Azuka, why are you crying in the middle of the night? Can't we rest in peace?" Azuka sniffed and faced him. "Do you think I enjoy this? Every day, I lie to my friends that you are rich, that you provide everything for me. I tell them that I never lack money, that I have the best husband. That is the only way they respect me. But the truth is, I have nothing. They will laugh at me if they find out. Obi sat up slowly. Azuka, how many times will I explain? I don't have the kind of money you are talking about. We are just managing. Let us live within what we have. Azuka shook her head and wiped her tears. No, I must keep the respect I have built. If not, they will mock me. I need money for wrapper, for lace, for gele, for everything. I cannot carry last. Obi sighed deeply. He scratched his head and said, I don't have money in my pocket now, but tomorrow I will go to the farm. I will harvest some cassava and see if I can sell. Maybe I will get something small for you. Instead of being calm, Azuka hissed, Cassava? Is cassava what other men are selling to sponsor their wives? You don't know how to support a woman. You don't even have shame. I regret marrying you. Obi lay back on the bed, tired of her words. He turned his face to the wall and tried to sleep again, while Azuka kept grumbling until she finally slept off. The next morning, just after sunrise, Azuka's friends came to visit her. Nkiru, Amara, and Oluchi arrived together, talking and laughing. They wanted to check on their fashion queen. Azuka welcomed them with a wide smile, as if nothing happened the night before. She even served them kola nut and groundnut to show off. After some chatting, Amara asked her, So, Azuka, has Obi given you money for our August meeting cloth? Azuka's eyes shone. She adjusted her wrapper proudly. Don't worry about me. My husband adores me too much. He gave me 300,000 naira yesterday. I told him I must shine this year, and he agreed immediately. You people know Obi is a very rich man. He cannot allow me to be embarrassed. Their friends clapped their hands in excitement. Wow! Obi really loves you, Oluchi said. 300,000 naira. You are truly blessed. Nkiru added. Your husband is the best. No wonder you always look good, Amara said. Azuka smiled and nodded, enjoying their praises. After some time, the three women stood up and left her house, still talking about her lucky life. But the moment they left, Azuka's smile disappeared. She turned to Obi, who was sitting quietly in a corner, mending his old farming tool.
Lazy man. See how my friends believe you gave me 300,000. If only they know you are here, sitting with empty hands. All you know is cassava, cassava, cassava. Useless man. You cannot provide like other men. You cannot even make me proud.
You don't even have shame. I regret marrying you. Obi froze. He looked at her, his lips trembling, but he said nothing. He only bent his head, pressing his tool harder, while his heart was burning inside him. Meanwhile, as Nkiru walked back to her own house, her mind was full of Azuka's words. She kept shaking her head, 300,000 naira, and Obi just gave her like that. When she reached her compound, her husband, Chukwudi, came out happily to welcome her. My wife, you are back. Come inside, let me bring you water. But Nkiru did not smile. She pushed past him with a frown. Will you keep quiet there? Yeye man, she barked. Chukwudi looked confused. Nkiru, what did I do again? She dropped her wrapper on a chair and faced him. What did you do? You are here, behaving like a poor man, while Obi is giving his wife 300,000 just for August meeting wrapper. When will you behave like a real man? When will you make me proud? Go and learn from Obi so you can know how real men behave. Chukwudi scratched his head, shocked. Nkiru, 300,000. Obi, are you sure? Don't ask me foolish questions, Nkiru snapped, hissing loudly. You will just be eating and sleeping like a lazy man. I regret marrying you. With that, she turned and stormed inside the room, banging the door, while Chukwudi stood outside, still wondering what kind of wahala had just entered his house. The following morning, the sun had barely risen when Obi carried his cutlass and sack and went to the farm. His face was dull, his step slow, and his heart heavy. As he bent down to harvest cassava, his mouth moved restlessly, murmuring to himself, "Every day, Wahala, this woman will not buy me. Must I always suffer insult before she gets small thing for her meeting? I, Obi, am tired, but what can I do? If I don't bring something, she will insult me. If I bring, she will still insult me. Oh, woo, which kind marriage be this?" He pulled cassava roots from the soil with force, as if they were his problems. Sweat dripped down his face, but he continued until his sack was full. Then he carried it to the market. There, he sold the cassava at a cheap price just to get money quickly. When he returned home that afternoon, his wrapper was soaked in sweat, his back bent from the heavy load he had carried. He counted the money, 12,500 naira. He walked inside quietly and placed it on the table. "Azuka, take. This is what I managed to get today. It is not much, but at least it can help you for the August meeting." Instead of thanking him, she snatched the money and looked at it. Her eyes widened.
Obi, so this is what you brought for me? Nonsense money?
"After I have lied to my friends that you gave me 300,000 naira the other day, you now want to disgrace me? Tufia, God forbid bad thing." Obi swallowed hard, staring at her.
Azuka, but this is all I could get.
"I worked since morning,"
Shut up your mouth!
she screamed. "Don't talk to me. You call yourself a man? Shame on you. If you cannot provide for your wife, then what are you doing in this marriage? Look at you, always smelling of cassava. When other men are building houses, buying land, buying cars, what are you doing? Harvesting cassava like one poor village boy." Her words pierced her chest like arrows, but he kept quiet. He only turned and walked outside, sitting silently in one corner of the compound. He looked at the sky and sighed deeply. That evening, when Obi was still outside, Azuka entered their room, brought out the money, and hissed. "This one cannot even buy gele," she muttered. Then she went straight to the wooden box where Obi had carefully kept their land documents. She took it without saying a word. The next day, she went to town, marched into a loan office, and used the land documents as collateral. She collected a huge loan, enough to buy the most expensive wrapper, lace, and gele for the August meeting. 2 days later, she called her friends Nkiru, Amara, and Oluchi. "My sisters, come and see the wrapper I bought for this year's August meeting. When I enter that hall, everybody will know who is queen." Her friends rushed over. She opened her bag and displayed the shiny lace, the sparkling wrapper, and the big gele. They clapped and shouted, "Azuka, fashion queen of our town! Ah, you will scatter that meeting with your style. Obi really loves you. See how he spoils you?" Azuka smiled proudly, turning around like a model. But Nkiru's eyes were burning. She folded her arms and muttered loudly, "See what a real man is doing for his wife. Chakudi, my own husband, should come and learn from Obi. Instead of wasting time on beer parlor and eating fufu, he should be doing what Obi is doing. Obi is a real man, giving his wife everything she needs." From that day, Nkiru changed. She stopped greeting Chakudi warmly. She refused to cook for him, saying,
If you want food, go and meet your fellow men and learn how to provide. I cannot waste my pepper and all.
Poor Chakudi was shocked. He tried to explain,
My love, please, you know.
My love, pie you there.
but Nkiru hissed at him every time. Soon, their house became full of quarrels. Neighbors started whispering, "What is happening in Nkiru's house? Every day shouting and crying?"
Back in Azuka's home, Obi also suffered. Each time the friends left, Azuka would turn to him and rain insults. Useless man. See how my friends are praising you for money you never gave me? Do you think I will allow you to disgrace me? I have already lied and I will keep lying. Better keep quiet and let me shine. Don't ever open your dirty mouth outside to say you didn't give me the money. If you try it, I will deal with you. Obi just bent his head. His heart was bitter, but he remained silent. Finally, the long-awaited day of the August meeting arrived. The village square was decorated with canopies, chairs, and drums. Women wore bright wrappers and big gelles, moving proudly, greeting one another with loud laughter. The sound of talking and gossip filled the air. Azuka came out shining like a peacock, her expensive lace glittering under the sun. Her gele stood tall like a crown, and her gold bangles jingled as she walked. Her friends followed her, clapping and praising. Ah, Azuka, you are the star today. Obi has truly made you shine. See how marriage is sweet when you marry the right man. Nikiru, meanwhile, stuck close to Azuka and the others, refusing to even remember her husband's name. She hissed any time someone mentioned him, and her face remained squeezed. All around, women admired Azuka. Gossip filled the air, and envy started to rise. Trouble was already boiling like hot soup, and the August meeting had just begun.
The women of Umuokwe sat proudly under the big canopies in the village square. Wrappers in every color shone in the sun, and janae of different sizes waved like flags. The drummers beat their drums, the flutists blew loudly, and children ran around chasing one another. Finally, the chairwoman of the meeting stood up, clapping her hands 3 times. Ngwanu, women of Umuokwe, let us settle down. This is our annual August meeting. We are here to show our unity, to plan for the future, and to support our community. The women clapped and cheered. One after the other, women stood up to announce their contributions. Some promised 5,000 naira, some 10,000 naira, a few rich ones 20,000 naira. Each time the crowd clapped, shouted, and praised. Azuka sat in the front row, fanning herself slowly. Her gele stood high like a crown. Her lace sparkled like morning dew, and her gold bangles jingled as she moved her hand. She waited until the murmurs died down, then she rose gracefully to her feet. The entire square turned silent. Even the drummers stopped. All eyes followed her. She cleared her throat loudly. Women of Umuokwe, yes-o! They chorused.
I thank all of you for your contributions. Truly, I am blessed to stand among strong women. But you know, not all women are the same. Some of us are lifted by men who know the value of their wives. I cannot come here and disgrace my husband. My husband, Obi, has provided for me more than I even asked. That is why today, I will not give just 10,000 or 20,000 like others. But I will give 100,000 pass.
The square erupted in loud screams. Ewo! Obi is a real man! Azuka! Azuka! Some women clapped until their palms turned red. A few looked on with envy, their mouths twisted. Azuka lifted her chin higher. But, she continued, I will not bring the money today. My husband said by next week I should come and collect it from his safe. So next week, I will pay the 100,000 naira in full. The crowd roared again. Women rushed forward to shake her hand. Some even knelt to hug her wrapper. Azuka, you are a queen. Teach us how to find husbands like Obi. Your husband has put you on the throne. Azuka spread her fingers so her bangles would jingle. Hey, let them know that not all men are the same. Some men know how to honor their wives. She cast a quick look at her friend Nkiru, who was smiling proudly and at some other women who now bit their lips in jealousy. The chairwoman smiled at her and clapped slowly. Azuka, we thank you. May God bless Obi for giving us a shining example of a supportive husband. But just as Azuka sat down again, fanning herself and nodding proudly, a sudden silence fell on the square. Two men were walking in from the roadside, holding brown fowls under their arms. Their steps were firm, their faces serious. The taller man looked around and raised his voice. Good afternoon, women of Umokwe. Sorry for disturbing your meeting. We are looking for Madam Azuka. The women gasped and turned to Azuka. She froze, her fan stopping in mid-air. Slowly, she stood up. I am Azuka. Who are you? And why are you calling me in front of everybody? Can't you see I am in an important meeting? The man opened his file and brought out some papers. His voice was clear and firm. Madam, we are from the loan office in town. Last week, you collected a loan of 300,000 naira from us. You signed here, he held up the papers, and you used your husband's land documents as collateral. We have come to remind you that if you do not pay back within 7 days, the land will belong to the office. The whole square erupted. Ewo! Chai! Loan? Land documents? The noise rose like thunder. Women jumped to their feet, clapping their hands on their heads. Others shouted, God forbid! Azuka, is it true? Azuka's face turned pale. Her legs shook under her lace wrapper. She screamed, It's a lie! Don't listen to them. I don't know these people. Somebody wants to disgrace me. Who sent you? Who paid you to come here? But the second man stepped forward, calm and confident. Madam, don't deny it. Here are the signed papers with your name. You collected the loan yourself. You even said you needed it quickly for urgent expenses. He opened the file and displayed the documents so everyone could see. The crowd shouted louder. So all this lace and jelly came from loan? She has been deceiving us. Obi never gave her any money. This woman is a disgrace. Some women laughed bitterly. Ha! Azuka wanted to scatter the meeting. Now shame has scattered her. The chairwoman frowned deeply and shook her head. Azuka, so all the boasting, all the talk of 100,000 naira donation was a lie? You used your husband's land to borrow money just to shine in August meeting? You have dragged his name in the mud. Just then, Obi himself entered the square. One elder had rushed to call him when the matter became hot. He walked slowly, his wrapper tied loosely, sweat dripping from his face. When he saw the loan officers holding the land documents, his knees grew weak. He turned to Azuka, his voice trembling but firm. Azuka, so it is true. You sold my father's land with your own hand. Azuka, are you not afraid? Do you want to occupy me with shame? The square went silent again. Everyone stared at Azuka. Her jelly sat heavy on her head now. Her eyes filled with tears, but no words came out of her mouth. Some women hissed loudly, Wicked wife! Pride and greed have destroyed you. You see your life. Rapper will finish, but land is forever. Azuka collapsed on the chair, weeping bitterly. The same friends who once praised her quietly stood up one by one and walked away. Even Nkiru, who had envied her, now bent her head in shame. One woman asked, Obi, your wife has promised us 100,000 naira. Is it true? Obi looked down. I am only a farmer. I don't have such money, he said softly. Gasps filled the room. Some women hid their laughter. Azuka's face burned like fire. She stammered, I was only joking, oh. But the damage was done. As the meeting ended, Nkiru rushed home in tears. She knelt before her husband, Chukudi. My husband, forgive me. I allowed envy to blind me. I thought Obi was spoiling Azuka, not knowing it was all lies. Please forgive me. Chukudi, although hurt, lifted her up slowly. Nkiru, I am not perfect, but I love you. Don't ever compare me to another man again. That day, Azuka walked home quietly, her head bent. No one admired her clothes anymore. They only remembered her lie.
From that day, Azuka's glory ended. Her pride turned to ashes, her lies were exposed, and Obi's quiet suffering became the talk of the village. Moral of the story: pride goes before a fall. Envy destroys peace. Lies may shine for a moment, but truth always lasts longer. The end.